What is up, guys? Today I'm here to talk to you about the Boss TU3 Waza Craft Chromatic Tuner down here. I bought this tuner a couple months ago, almost specifically for these gear reviews, and this thing has been freaking awesome since I've had it. I just plug this bad boy in, and it goes, you know what I mean? The biggest thing you'll notice from the original Boss tuner pedal and this pedal is that this thing is black and it has blue LEDs as opposed to the red LEDs of the old one. The second thing you'll notice about this pedal is that it comes with a premium buffer instead of a regular buffer like the original tuner pedal. This is almost the sole reason I bought this pedal, is because I almost exclusively use long cords and they really drain the high end out of my signal. And just having a good buffer in my whole pedal lineup has made it immeasurable how good my signal has gotten to my amp right here. And just alone for a good buffer, this thing is worth the money. On top of that, I really just needed a good solid tuner that would last me forever. I used to have this tuner right here. This is the Korg Pitch Black tuner, and this thing was pretty decent for the money. But unfortunately, I had a hailstorm and a small flood in here a few years ago, and it just wiped this thing out, and now it doesn't work that well. And so I definitely needed a new tuner. Knowing Boss though, if that ever happens again with the flood and all, these things will probably hold up, because Boss has been known to make some of the most durable pedals alive, and that's why I went with them for a tuner pedal. A tuner pedal is probably the most essential pedal you'll ever need in your entire life. You can do anything on guitar, but if you're out of tune, it's just gonna be the worst sound in the world. The difference between this tuner and the original tuner is about
$50.
The original tuner generally comes at
$100.
and this pedal comes in at about $150 in 2020. To be honest, I think both of the price points for these tuners are exceptionally good, and for this pedal at $150, I would say it's a pretty dang good price, especially for something that's going to last for a very long time. This pedal right here comes with a plethora of modes that it runs in. I generally just use it on the Chromatic scent mode, and that's probably the most basic tuner mode you can possibly get. But to be honest, it just works for me, and I like it that way. But it also has a stream mode down here. As you can see, things just are generally moving around like crazy. My guitar is in C standard, by the way, but you'll see as it gets closer to the note, like it's C, it's going to slow down. But let's say we go out of C right here. There's a B, it gets faster as it gets sharper. And then as we go closer to C, that's a C flat, going faster. Now we're back to C, slow. But it has one of these modes too, if you are really into the whole stream type mode right there. I'll show you the Chromatic scent mode. This is scents where you can just, you know, it's pretty basic bread and butter stuff. So that's C, C sharp. C sharp, it has the little period at the end of it, so you can tell that it's a C sharp. But let's go back down to C down here, like so. And you know, it's pretty basic. It has the two lights on the top that show you if you're going sharper or flatter, and you just really want to get to the green in the middle, which is your basic note that you're trying to aim at. Over here it has the different mode settings. You can go chromatic, that's what I'm on right now, but you can go to guitar mode, which it changes to numbers. And it'll give you the numbers of strings. I think C right here will show me 7, as in a 7 string, but since my guitar is tuned down to C standard, it's not going to give the correct numbers. But if you were at a standard pitch, you would see the numbers more correctly. but basically it has chromatic, it has a half step down, a whole step down, whatever you want really in a pedal, it's there. It even has bass as well as dropped tuning bass. On top of that, the LEDs are really nice and bright, so if you do play this on a stage, you can really see what you're looking at, and you can really brighten this bad boy up here. Just in case you're outdoor for a big Woodstock gig or something like that and you can't really see too well, you get a nice brighter look to it. One thing that stands out about this tuner as well is that there's a switch on the back of this bad boy right here where you can turn off the buffer if you really don't want it. You can go true bypass and no buffer whatsoever, or go with a premium buffer and get that extra push in your signal to get a pure sound out of whatever you're playing through. Just so you can hear what the buffer sounds like and what it really does, I'm going to run this straight into the amp. It's just going to be tele tuner and then amp, and I'm going to turn on and off the buffer and you can hear what it sounds like. Okay, this is what it sounds like with the buffer off. And this is what it sounds like with the buffer on. Off. On. Off. And on.